whatever my outcome was at that point. These are some takedown options for you. Fit those into your game however you'd like to fit them in. Doesn't matter which takedown you do. All right, guys, to kind of wrap up this whole segment, we're going to show just a little drill we're going to do. We're going to do baby steps. We're not even going to have gloves on, but you could ramp this up exponentially as much as you want. We're going to show that punch defense into clinch control, into some striking, maybe takedowns, whatever I want to do as the good guy. My bad guy's going to be Robert. He's going to come out, and we're going to go. Yeah, down, 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 down. Get up, get up. Yeah, there we go. All right, guys, go train that a little bit. You can put the whole thing together, punch defense into walls, punch defense into controls, striking, takedowns, whatever you want to do. All right, guys, we're going to look now, once again, think in terms of outcomes, okay? Everything we do, we're thinking, what's my outcome? Where am I trying to go in this situation or in this altercation? Am I a police officer? Am I defending my house? Am I out somewhere in public? All these different things are going to be outcomes we're going to consider. What's my goal at this time? And that goal may change within the altercation. My initial goal might be to separate, make space, get away. My adversary might create a situation where I'm unable to accomplish that, and that outcome might change. And I might say, okay, well now my outcome is I need to get on top of this guy, and I need to start controlling him. I might even need to fight back for a minute and then look for that opportunity to exit. So that's a constant, ongoing thing. But I want you to stay outcome-based and not principle-based, or not, excuse me, outcome-based and not technique-based, where you become tied in with the fact, I'm going to do technique A, B, or C here to win or lose. Because then if that doesn't work, you end up backing yourself in the corner. Stay outcome-based. In addition, as you stay outcome-based, remember, you want to be mobile. I want to be as mobile as possible in any situation I'm in. I also want to begin to affect my adversary's mobility. If I can take away his ability to be mobile, that's going to lead to me possibly being more successful. So keep that in mind. I want to maintain that ability to transition. Remember, we talked about this earlier. This is a place where a lot of people who will say to me, Chad, what can I do in this situation? What are my options? Could I do this? Could I do that? It's not bad to play the what-if game and for you to think about different opportunities, different options. However, when that locks you into a course of action, you're slow to transition. Your transitions ought to be based on accomplishing your overall outcome that you're looking for. So stay flexible in this altercation and continue to work for that most common sense or best outcome that you can achieve. Remember, we're always looking for that opportunity to disengage if we need to. We might be in a situation where we're in a good spot and we're dominating this altercation, and then suddenly 3 more guys show up, and they're not our friends, and now we need to disengage and make a little space. We might be doing really, really well positionally, and then weapon systems come out. There could be a number of reasons why we're going to disengage. Maybe the outcome the whole time was I'm going to restrain this individual briefly while my family, or if I'm in a protection gig, the principal's being moved away from the danger area. I see that the principal's moving to the vehicles. I see they're reaching the vehicles. I'm going to disengage and go reconnect up with my team. We're all going to leave together. There could be a number of different things that change. So remember, keep the ability to disengage. And finally, angles win fights. Angles allow us to dominate encounters with our adversary. Angles win car crashes. If you think of 2 cars ramming each other, the better car is going to win. But as soon as we have one car T-boning the other one, this car is going to do better than if he went head up. Angles win fights. My hips face my opponent, his or her hips face away. That leads to me being dominant positionally. I can work that angle all the way around my opponent from from one hip all the way around their back to the other hip. And I want to make sure I'm working within that arc. That arc is our arc of domination. From hip around the back to the neck to the hip and back. Those angles can lead to me accomplishing a lot of my other fundamental core principles. So keep all those things in mind. We're now going to apply those as it applies to takedown defense. Takedown defense, many people when they learn takedown defense, and it's been my experience in law enforcement, that when takedown defense would come, that day would come in the academy, they would teach us how to sprawl. They'd say, okay, we're going to do takedown defense, that's sprawling. And we would learn how to sprawl. Typically, we would learn not how to sprawl well. It would be crazy sprawling day and people would be doing the worm from the 80s or whatever, but it wouldn't look anything like fighting. Sprawling is a technique that works when a guy takes a low-line shot. But what about a Greco guy? Or what about a guy who just tries to tackle you? Or a judo guy? Somebody who executes takedowns from an upright posture. Sprawling's not going to work against that adversary. So we need to be principle and concept based even when we defend takedowns. This, by the way, will transition over into your jiu-jitsu or your MMA game as well as in the street. So we're going to focus on some core fundamental principles, and those are going to be, I want to get my hips in, I want to control my adversary's head by getting a barrier on the head and also control and drive their head away if I can, away or down or up. I just want to control that head movement, get that barrier. And then my last principle or fundamental for takedown defense is create angles. Hips in, barriers with head control, and then create angles. If I do that on a regular basis, it's probably going to be pretty hard to take me down. So I'm going to pull Robert out. We're going to focus on that first principle, which will be hips in. So Robert, come on out. All right, guys. So one of the very first things that we see that is problematic is if Robert were to be tackling or coming about at my hips, a lot of times what guys will do is they'll take their hips away or they'll move their hips away. And what ends up happening as I move my hips away is that I take pressure away and Robert's going to run me over. I'm going to definitely end up on my back if he wrestled or played football even, or if he's just committed to this takedown. So instead of that, what we